Hello, I'm Jared Willits, and welcome to My Thoughts for What They're Worth. We've gotten up to episode number 40 already, entitled, I Just Feel Dirty. We'll get to it in just a second. If you like the podcast, do like it. Push the old like button, share, it'd be great. And subscribing even better to My Thoughts for What They're Worth on YouTube and Spotify. Feel dirty. After I get done here, my wife and I will walk hand in hand into our polling place and vote. We've had a few discussions, as you might imagine, on a number of issues, but we both made up our minds which way we're going to go. And as I said any number of times, I don't feel, in terms of the presidential candidates, I don't think either one is worthy of the highest office in the land. I just don't. I think one's bad and one's worse. We had to decide who's bad and who's worse, and we'll go vote, and I just won't feel good about it. I remember, mostly voting, you just feel good. Yes, vote. Feel good about it, and then move on and see what happens the following day. But not this time. Just said, darn it all. This is the choice. This is the choice. This is what we're saddled with here in America. So I'm going to go vote. I just felt I had to, so I'm going to go do that. Now, a lot of other things to vote on, which, I feel good about, making some decisions about people and things, and that was all good. But in terms of the presidential election, I think I'm not alone. I think a lot of Americans kind of feel the same way about the two candidates. Not the best America has to offer, but you got to make a decision, and we'll just see how that goes on Election Day in a little under 2 weeks. But I thought I would discuss what is going to happen after the election and the dust settles. We hope it settles very quickly, of course. What will happen to the losers? Losing a presidential election has got to be one heck of a hit to the old ego, all the cheering crowds, the fawning media, the belief that you had in yourself that you were the great hope for America and all these things, and they are dashed in what would seem to be an instant after a long, hard campaign trail. Got to be a pretty hard hit. Pretty hard hit. So what are they going to do? Well, let's talk about Vice President Harris. I would almost guarantee if she loses, she'll of course, first off, you have to start blaming the loss on somebody other than yourself. You can't just say, I'm a bad candidate. No, you have to come up with a laundry list of people and things who caused you to lose other than yourself, never viewing yourself at all as a bad candidate with a bad message or anything like that. You got to get through all that. And probably do that for the rest of your life. But I would think she'll wind up with a show on MSNBC. That's the career path, I do believe. We'll see if that happens and if that happens. Now, if Donald Trump loses, what will he do? Well, I think pretty much the same thing. He will blame anything and everything other than himself for the loss, and he will do that until the day that he dies. What do you think he might do? I wouldn't give it as much of a guarantee as Kamala Harris winding up on MSNBC. He might wind up on Fox News as at least a contributor on a regular basis. Either one who loses will have 4, maybe 8 years, depending on being on television and bashing the person who beat them in the election. So they'll have a job for a long time. So that's kind of my prediction for Harris. I think MSNBC probably more than likely. For Donald Trump, unsure, but certainly he'd be a continuing contributor on the Fox News program as America moves forward in one fashion or another. My hope is after we get through all this, in 4 years or maybe 8 years, depending on a number of things, of course, that a real leader will rise from America through the ranks, someone who can really lead this country, a real statesperson, or not. Good, I did it right. State person. Couldn't say statesman. That'd be wrong. A statesperson who can rally the American people to come together after so long of being so divisive, as the cool kids say, and gain the respect not only of the American people, but countries, other nations, and so on and so forth. That is my hope. I don't know when it will happen, but hopefully down the line, we'll get better people running for office. Wouldn't that be nice? So we'll see. Those are my thoughts for what they're worth. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Jared Willits.